is to avoid having an OBA mode, right?
Right.
So the real question is, can we use whatever mode we're using for our dev testing for OBA as well?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say for TC, right now we are disabling it by default. There's nothing to do for fitting.
So
yeah. They're disabling by the lack of code.
No, it's the code is there, but
Okay.
it's just disabled by default.
Okay.
So Alex, in the interest of time, do you want to kind of speed up or schedule another meeting?
Yeah, I think we should schedule another meeting, so maybe tomorrow. But yeah.
So Alex, what you wanted to specifically talk about TCS? I know there's only a few minutes.
Yeah.
Can you educate me what this TCS detail you wanted to discuss is?
Yeah. So I think Tim and others can chime in, and if you still have time, you can still maybe stay for a few minutes. So TCS is
I can go ahead. I'm driving and sorry if you hear music. I'm driving with my kid. So TCS is the terminal configuration service. It delivers the network config to the CT after INE, which has the WAN IP. So what do we give the ID of? I guess I don't really know how much more detail you want. For OBA, we're assuming that we have a connection to the K-pop. We're going to pre-INE everything, so it will have access to TCS and we'll be able to download the network config after the end-to-end tunnel is established. And then, so from an L3 perspective, it's going to be identical to the final product.
Yeah, so I hope that answers the question first. I think there's some assumptions that are making here, and primarily that the core box is fully integrated with K-pop. So if we can assume that's true, then TCS can just work transparently in the background to push the networking configuration to open up the customer tree.
Right. Okay, yeah, I think that's a fair assumption. That's what we are working towards, to get the call box fully connected to K-pop in the back end. So that's a fair assumption.
Okay, that's good. Now what else? So Hobart is also this assumption. Hobart is also compatible with whatever layer 2 reg procedures that Scientific is proposing, right? Can you confirm?
Yeah. Which procedure are you saying?
This whatever you guys have.
Yeah. So. I think at this point, I think Kavita is going through the flow, and Kavita might recommend some changes, but I think this is the current.
Yeah, Sandeep, I'm going to, and let's kind of call, there is a lot of INE bypass everywhere, so let's be very explicit about calling it as L1 INE bypass. Let's not overload the term anymore, because we have tested with Mac 1.0. Let's be very explicit.
Yeah, let's not even use the word bypass.
Yeah, so, definitely if it is L1, I assume that it was just a generic INE bypass. It looks like L1 bypass SDN agent is not going to be in the path, in the sense like whatever RF app gives, it's just going to send it to the UMAP. Just like how the cold INE happens, and we do not want to change anything to that.
Okay, so that means you are expecting the contact window should be
from the RF app. Yeah, if we are modifying it, someone knows at that level that it is L1 INE bypass, that is the only RF app would know. They have to get the contact window in whatever means it. They can ask the tester to write a script, or they can write a script and generate the plans and give it to us. I don't know, but I do not want to change any working code.
Okay,
at
you're
the
saying that,
SDN.
yeah, so
Yes.
SDN is going to be transparent to all this
Yes,
stuff.
yes, that's how I want to keep it.
Yeah,
Okay.
So
That
that
was
way
the
I
first
can, that is how I'll, validate the working code in all ways. So,
Okay, so
let's
then-
kind of let's kind of keep that abstracted out to Autograph and leave it there. So all the other layers have to be like seamless. Let's not modify anything out there.
Well, TTC, okay, other layers will have to, but yeah, maybe the SDN part we can possibly.
Yeah,
Okay, so
So maybe just one question from my understanding, Sandeep. Okay, so if alpha is the one that's generating the time range, but do you expect an arbitrary long contact window?
we can keep it short, okay, like we can keep it to, depending on what I am saying, okay, like the test is going to be like few minutes. So we can just keep it few minutes long and that's it.
Yeah, but the thing is, just want to be clear on the contact window, which is used just for the two reps, right?